hi. Today we're going to talk about the famous poet Langston Hughes. Born James Langston Hughes, February 1st in Joplin, Missouri, 1902, he was immediately born into poverty. His mother was gone to be on stage, and he yearned for a mother figure in his life. Eventually, he would grow up in Lawrence, Kansas with his grandmother. In Kansas, he finished out his years in public school, where in high school he published his first poem in a predominantly white high school in the beginning, many people did not like his poems. They thought they were too politically radical, or his verses were so simple and they didn't fit the complexities of what was happening around them. Sometimes people thought he was even a communist because of how politically motivated some of his poems were. When he was 19, he had a poem published, and he had finally found his voice. In the 1930s, with the response from the Great Depression, he began to emphasize the need for political action. He is said to be among one of the world's most eloquent American poets to have sung about the wounds caused by the injustices. Steeped in the richness of African American culture, poems that exude Hughes' affection for Black Americans across all divisions of region, class, and gender. That's all I have on the biography of famous poet Langston Hughes. Thank you.
Next.
Pause the video and summarize the biography.
Hello. Continuing with the lesson on Langston Hughes, let's take a look at his poem, God to a Hungry Child, and discuss some figurative language and prevalent themes. The poem reads, Hungry child, I didn't make this world for you. You didn't buy any stock in my railroad. You didn't invest in my corporation. Where are your shares in Standard Oil? I made the world for the rich, and it will be rich, and they always have been rich. Not for you, hungry child. And Langston Hughes was a child of poverty and discrimination, being an African-American man growing up in Kansas. And so with this poem, I think he was trying to express that the economy was made for the bourgeois, the rich that always have been rich and always will be rich, and not those people that suffered in the slums and the projects in Harlem where he grew up. And as for figurative language, I believe that the hungry child is personified as the children of America, the children of where he grew up. And he's telling them that the economy is not for you. You weren't made to live in America. You weren't made to live in this world. It was built on the backs of you for the white Americans that have white-collar jobs and make a decent salary, whereas you can't even get enough food to eat. So yeah, I think that's where Langston Hughes got the inspiration for that. Thank you.
Well, to continue. Hi, so today I'll be talking about the historical context and the tone of the story, God to a Hungry Child. The tone of this book is that it is ironic and stereotypical because the minorities lived in poverty while the white upper class lived in richness and luxury, while everyone, of course, stereotypes the lower class. So in this book, when he talks about this world wasn't made for you, he's being stereotypical and saying, I didn't make this world for you, I made it for the rich, for the always gonna be rich, the will be rich, that have always been rich. The historical context of this poem is during the Harlem Renaissance, which was during the 1900s, which helped produce plenty of works of art and literature that helped create the world that it is today. Thanks. Out of here.
We're done. Pause for 2 minutes and discuss these questions with your partner.
No.
Question 1. What type of poem is this? And then number 2, based on the information that you have given, identify the cause of the creation of this poem.
continue.
Hey, do you want to help me with the question?
When he was 19, he had published his first poem, and he had finally, okay, probably, I don't even, okay. And that's all for today, folks. Typical wise is, of course, back then everything was That's all I have for today. Thank you.
Okay, pause the video and shoot.
That's all for today, folks. Thank you. 0. You're so slow. You have to. We go. Are you recording? And that's all for today, folks. Bye.